Boy, we dirty 30 Tony Khan career, didn't we? Last episode. This episode, it's time to give him some flowers. It's a Tony Khan redemption episode on OE Wrestling Show. Shout out to all of y'all, the viewers, the supporters, the followers, the subscribers. We love y'all. We thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Sit back and relax. It's OE Wrestling.
Swirling mass.
Yeah.
Black and white.
Mic's up. Turn our mother loving mics up.
Slim, what's up, Dre? How you doing?
Up in my head. Gotta get the dough, babies need nourishment.
Yeah, unmute your mic.
Hunger games up in my head. Gotta get the dough, babies need
You gotta go and fit.
the facts.
Virgil. All right.
Nah, you ain't doing me like that. You ain't doing me.
Come on, Black Queen, Sasha.
And Goldust. All right.
Yo, you are foul, bro. You are
Jeff Hardy at number 5.
number 5.
Goldust. All right, Goldust. All right, Ty. All right. Eddie Guerrero's going to wrestling God. Yeah, just gonna have to be mad. That's just gonna have to be mad. That's just how it works. No, you whoa.
To keep the job, I ain't giving donkeys today. That's the seed of God plotting on my
Whatever. I'm giving you a horn swallow. You get a goddamn spirit squad. You nasty, filthy top 5.
Peers who, as it appears, ain't on my tier. Being hated by cats who ain't naked, that ain't my fault.
My favorite what?
What is your favorite finish move?
Favorite?
It doesn't matter what your favorite finish move. Oh no. Oh, this
Oh, God damn it. It's your photo 40%. Yo, Montez, I think you put me on.
Yeah, I was about to say this. Hold on, yo. You lucky you lucky WWE got copyright, love. Boy, I will play the street cross.
I'm excited. It should be fun. I'm gonna beat her ass, but
Alright, talk your talk.
I'm more interested in it now than I was before. To be honest with you, I mean, I was interested in it because it's money in the bank.
You know, hated by cats who ain't
like,
naked, that ain't my fear.
You gotta have some good and bad in there to me. And even when it don't make sense, so that's why I feel like.
I mean, because really that was their, other than like the AJs and stuff like that was really his, you know what I'm saying? That was like the most credible.
Let me pull up a chick, and we ain't talking careers.
It goes right over my face too perfectly. That is funny.
I tried. I swear. Yo, listen. I tried. Stop. Let it happen. I'm gonna need you to relax.
wow, dog. It's like you knew where I was gonna be on the screen.
Relax.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
No, look at him. Get it right. Get it together. Get them on podcast. Tony Khan redemption. We dirty that man last week. What a week of AEW it was. I was very impressed. And he wasn't talking a lot.
Yo, I think Tony watches our podcast, bro. Because it was a complete 360 from our last episode, bro.
Yes, it was, sir.
And it was tough love, Tony. But I think you got the message loud and clear, bro. Because you completely redeemed yourself this following week, bro. You pulled out all the stops. You brought out the nature boy for crying out loud. You know, can you imagine backstage Tony Khan and Ric Flair? Can you hit the cue? Can you hit the cue, please?
Grab a collar.
That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I need the referee.
The referee.
You know what's going on backstage? You got Ric Flair and Tony Khan in the same place.
Halcyons, GHB, Placidil. No, the Placidils I think were in the early 90s. But I know there was some GHB.
Ric Flair said I could get all of that. Tony, I can get you all of that.
Hello. You heard what I'm about. Don't do that.
I can get you them drugs from the 90s, Tony. Holla at your boy. The Nature Boy.
Yo, tell him what I got.
Halcyons, GHB, Placidil. No, the Placidils I think were in the early 90s. But I know there was.
Guys, relax.
Tony said last week, he said, man, yo, NXT, you can't have Cena and Undertaker every week. And then the following week brings out RVD to Pantera, Ric Flair, Sting, Adam Copeland, Chris Jericho, and Christian all in one show. Like, I tip my hat, Tony.
You don't get to go home happy.
Two can play that game. I hear you, Tony.
And you kept your mouth shut.
Tony, the billionaire Big Avell. He said, "I'm the Big Avell billionaire over here." But
Juice, please.
Big money, Richie Rich. Like I said, man, I'm about to,
It was a great week of AEW. Oh my God! Before we get into the breakdown of AEW, y'all heard the GOAT.
Tony said, I'm the crown jewel booker.
Somebody needs to be fired. Not realistically. I know it's not your fault. But no, you heard the GOAT. The best wrestler today. The best ever in-ring wrestler today. Currently. Today. Bryan Danielson is hurt. That is ridiculous. What are y'all doing? Protect this man at all times.
Okada don't speak English. So what happened was you flew out Okada, and Bryan Danielson was taking liberties in that matchup. He was chopping the shit out of old boy. And then I seen Okada, like after like 4 hard chops back to back, he just looked at that dude and just cracked him with that elbow straight to the side of his cranium, dog. Laid his ass out, bruh. Had him shaking on the fucking ground on the side. He was out after that. He was done. And then all hell broke loose. And you're like, yo, this is a wild finish to the thing. And the funny thing was, I don't know if it was an angle or not. The thing that made me think it was an angle was Okada was like, what, motherfucker? Like, while he was laying there in pain, everybody was checking on him. Okada was still salty about those Walter chops. He was like, what? Yo, but you know, he don't speak English, so it's just like in Japanese, like, what, motherfucker?
Yo, you gotta relax.
Subtitles. They have to put the subtitles at the bottom of the screen so you can understand what he's saying. He's cussing him out in subtitles after he can cuss this dude. Like,
You don't get to go home happy.
hey, but the match was lit though, because Claudio was wilding after that. Claudio's like, all right, fuck it. I'm about to strong style everybody. Like, you think you strong style? I'm about to show you strong style, bruh. He went bully mode after that. Like, oh, y'all went off script. I guess I gotta handle you and your partner. He literally beat up both of them after that and won the match. I was like, is that how that was supposed to go down? Like, like Claudio, I thought, hey, he was the person going into the matchup you thought was the pin guy. And then you're like, oh, hold up. Oh boy really smacked him in the head. And then he just went berserk on everybody. I love that shit. That was a great match because of that. I was like, oh yeah, these niggas they just started shooting. Everybody just started shooting like, oh, we ain't pretending no more. Bet. here's the finish now. Here's the finish now. I'm about to beat both you niggas. So since you Usually I let y'all niggas pin me, but since y'all want to go off script, now I'm about to just beat everybody up. Fuck it.
You hear me?
Y'all ain't tough guys no more, nigga. I'm about to fuck everybody up because y'all want to go off script and fuck up my partner, dog. Fuck it. Everybody getting hands. He just went berserk. Yo, that match was hilarious. I was like, yo, what the hell's going on right now? And then I knew something was up because of how everybody came out. There are people coming out who had nothing to do with the storyline and shit. I'm like, what is that dude doing out here? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, whole time, oh boy, laying there in the corner too, just like
relax.
Getting the medical attention, and the nigga who got this nigga shaking in a seizure, like what, motherfucker? In Japanese with the subtitle. Damn, that's why they need a Japanese commentary team, bruh. Somebody who could translate. What was Okada saying? Like,
real quick, not to be everywhere. Comment. Oh, it's the AEW. Comment. Yo, I want to say this. I'm not even going deep dive into this, but I want to say this. Collision to me has the best commentary team right now in professional wrestling going. Yo, that is amazing. Guinness,
yeah, they got yeah.
Yo, bro, that 3-man team is amazing. Like, I really mean that. Like, I think that's so underrated. That's crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm watching Collision. I'm marked out for the 3-man team before anything. I was like, yo, wait.
Speaking of underrated, since you brought up underrated, bruh, we already know right now. We've been saying Christian and Swerve Scott the two best heels, but low key the third best heel in AEW right now is Roderick Strong, bruh. Roderick Strong is cooking as a heel, and he ain't even really wrestling. His character, Adam, that shit, bruh, with the wheelchair, the neck brace, bruh. You ain't gonna pick us?
I'm not putting him. Oh, I like this.
A motherfucker in a wheelchair and a neck brace asking, yo, why ain't you picking me to be your partner? Like, motherfucker, you are like disabled and got a neck brace, bro. Your legs don't work and your neck don't work. And you over here talking about pick me.
Great AEW. Put them in order. Top 5 hills. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm putting somebody above Roderick Strong.
Right now, I gotta put Christian 1. Christian 1.
We wrestling. We're gonna come to agreement. Number 2, Swerve. I think
Swerve. Swerve is number 2 right now.
Roderick Strong. But number 3, my name is Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe right there too. Yeah. I'm
that's an argument because I am the fan of Adam.
I'm liking the entertainment aspect, but Samoa Joe just as like from like a
because I feel like
a presence, you know what I'm saying? As a presence, like he's a legit, he's a more legitimate bad guy. So yeah, I'm on the fence 50-50 on that one.
Okay,
I guess I could go Joe. I could pit Joe. He's more active too, like in ring.
That's funny. I'm 50-50 with that because I do like Roderick Strong. Adam, I like that type of.
I'll give Joe 3.
Okay, and then who's 5th though? That's what I want to ask because I don't have a 5th. Is there another hill up? That's
I think like a Don Callis family, like just as a whole, I guess.
Don Callis, period.
Don Callis, right? Don Callis.
Don Callis is a good name. Right.
Yep.
That was a good quick combo. All right, Don Callis.
But yeah,
that 5th spot.
Roderick Strong, man, he gold on that thing. So like, let's get into like Dynamite. Yo, this whole week was wild with the booking. It's like Tony, like I said, with Ric Flair coming in this week too. You already know with this booking too, it all makes sense now. Tony went Tony Montana and then proceeded to go crazy with the booking, bruh. We start off. This was a great. Hey, one thing that definitely has changed too since Edge got there, Adam Copeland. The storylines have definitely picked up. There's definitely been more.
Like he's been getting involved backstage, right?
Yeah, I feel like even with that, like silently, like he's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not a person. He's not. He always says like, I'm really here. I'm one of those dudes. I want to wrestle with the performance, even behind in that. So it's not
more
like
structure.
Scenes. It's not like, oh, you just being a character. No, like literally, he's doing that old school wrestling. I'm being my character times 10.
everybody got like a purpose now. Like every matchup ain't just like just a random. The match might be put together randomly, but then they're getting story implemented more so, you know, like that actually like flows and has continuity.
I'll talk about speaking more of this at the end of this AEW week. It's talking about how I love how everybody is. You're showing how important your world title is, because literally you're making us guess. Like, oh, this person is going after this person is going after this. Like, I love that little tease of what y'all doing. I want to give you flowers for that. I think that is fire.
There's one criticism.
People,
I do agree with that, because that was like one of the things. Like, they're building up all these rivalries now, and everybody kind of got like a story, so everybody kind of got like more of a purpose, like direction. The one thing I don't like about it is how they're dragging out him getting back his title and the execution of that. That's the one aspect of the storyline I hate.
And who back?
Because MJF getting his title back from Jay White, because it makes him look like he's getting bullied.
I mean,
for like continuous weeks, bro. I understand this dude got a faction. I think he could have just stole it or whatever. Shit, Tony Khan could have been like, "Yo, man,
credit." They tried to. And no,
I'm not liking it. I'm not liking the whole. I'm not liking, oh, he tried it. You know, I'm not feeling it.
I agree with you not feeling, but I like I said, at least I can answer what you're saying before. It was like, it's no.
I've seen him try to run and steal it and all that, but I just don't know. It feel like he getting bullied. Like,
so what are you supposed him to do against 5 other men? Who are he's MJF.
5? You counting cardboard? You have to. He's the most dangerous member. He is the most cardboard. Is the most over.
Take away that 5th man. MJF can defeat 4 men. I'm supposed to believe that. Let's just bury all 4 of those men. MJF. I want MJF to be not. He's not terrified, but it's like, bro, I'm smart though. Like, bro, I'm not gonna be 4 men. Like I love that. Don't make that man go in there Hulk Hogan. No, I would hate that. I am telling you right now, that will piss me off, because low key that takes away that takes away Bullet Club gold hype. Like, y'all not that dangerous. This man just beat y'all by himself. Who are y'all? What do y'all
mean? You ain't gotta beat them, but just get your belt back somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
On next week Dynamite. That's how you build up for the hype for the Dynamite. You want it to
especially with the Acclaim. I get it, but I haven't liked the Acclaim's part. I liked everybody else's involvement and their execution in it. Especially Roderick Strong in the Kingdom, but I've hated everything with the Acclaim on it.
All right, good way to stop the debate. Moving on. You just killed the debate right there, because no, I don't. I know why the Acclaim is here, but I don't like the Acclaim.
I don't like it. I ain't like anything about any of that going on.
Here, put the Lucha Bros. Something like, come on.
We get MJF versus your boy Juice Robinson for Dynamite.
Yeah, that's gonna.
It's a dynamite ring. That's how we start off the show. We get Juice Robinson versus MJF for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, and that was a good matchup.
Belt back. Give me the belt back.
That's what I'm saying. But they had a good match. MJF got the ring.
The only thing I will say why I'm not getting too mad at this, because I like that they're not stretching this out too long. Like, it's going to end this coming a week. I'm fine with that. You try something. I see why he can't get him. It's going to end. If it would have lasted like 2 more weeks or a slow build up for a pay-per-view, that would be crazy. That would make MJF not only like right now, I'm with him. Like, you're being smart. I'm not going to beat them 1-on-4. But if it keeps going, then I'm going to feel like you. All right.
I'm a little curious who he's going to pick. I don't think he's going to pick the Acclaim.
I think Tony's in his bag.
I think he's going to do Samoa Joe with the 2 Kingdom members or something.
Now I'm pulling out all the stunts. We're probably going to see a new superstar on MJF.
I don't think that. Nah, I think it's going to be the 2 Kingdom members and Samoa Joe.
Watch this. There's going to be a new star out of nowhere. It's not.
That would be crazy. That would definitely be crazy. I don't think
it's going to be Samoa Joe.
I think it's going to be the 2 Kingdom members that aren't injured and Samoa Joe.
Oh, I don't see Samoa Joe joining him.
Because at the end of that matchup, once he beat Juice Robinson, the Gun Boys jumped in and they started jumping him 3-on-1. and then Roderick Strong and the Kingdom came out, and he ordered the two Matt Taven and Mike Benedict. He ordered them in the ring to help fight off the Guns. So it was 3-on-3, and then Jay White came in, started to help them so that they got the advantage again. And then I think at that point, somebody else came out, if I'm not mistaken.
For me, I would say just the Kingdom, not Joe, because stretch out the low teams of the Adam Cole story. Now MJF working with the Kingdom, like stretch that out. Like, nah, I don't.
Oh no, not then the Acclaim came out. That's right. So after Jay White, then the Acclaim came out, then they ran out. So both teams are
both trying to write around this is hilarious.
They're trying to, and that was the funny thing when the Kingdom came out and helped. It was shocking. It got a good reaction and everything. If they would have just did that, the Kingdom and the Bullet Club Gold, especially with the whole jumping of Jay White, that would have been perfect. But once the Acclaim came out, I'm like, bruh, get off my screen. You don't fit here. I don't care you went to the same training school or whatever. Like, no.
I agree, bro. It's supposed to be the Kingdom. That's how you building up working with the MJF and Jay White, but then you're also throwing in teases and more questions of Adam Cole's out injured. This is how you still carry that story on by adding the Kingdom in.
This was a super long ass opening segment, bro. It took up really like a quarter of the show. After the Acclaim ran everybody off, MJF rejects them, goes up to the top. Omega, they have the face off. And the cool thing about it, this is probably the first time that I could recall MJF was on every single show this week. He was on Rampage, Dynamite, and Collision. He's becoming like the company workhorse at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to AEW, because you doing stuff like this, believe it or not, is making now you're doing what your objective was. Now you feel like alternative brand, because it's not a complaint for me because I know why he's doing it, but some people saying, "Oh, where's our champion on this show?" And your champion's over there. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at both. I'm somebody that's okay with what WWE is doing with their world title, but to see what you doing with your world title as well, I'm just saying as a wrestling fan, that's dope. Thank you. That's different feeling completely.
Also taking in mind that not only did MJF do all three of these shows this past week, but we know he's already scheduled for Dynamite for the 4-man the following week. And he also in this segment got called out by both the Guns for Full Gear to defend the Ring of Honor titles in a handicap match against them for the Ring of Honor titles as well. So he's doing double duty at a second pay-per-view back-to-back. MJF's doing like he's really
if you thinking about going to WWE, I'm gonna work you, boy. I'm gonna get all the content I need.
He's getting worked right now.
WWE gonna have to pay me for some of these clips they want to use for your big moment.
So after we got the tease with the Acclaim, we got a story with MJF and the Acclaim. We got a story with MJF and the Kingdom. Story with MJF and Samoa Joe. MJF and Bullet Club Gold. And then MJF and Kenny Omega all this week. And then you get a Wardlow package. You got 6 people all going at MJF all at the same time. That's dope.
And I'm telling you, that's fire. That's a different I'm just gonna say this. WWE wise, I love it. The big title, the way they present it to their fans, win it, get more money, you get more back. So for me, with WWE mindset, I always feel like the champion shouldn't be there all the time. Cause literally y'all busting y'all ass to get where I'm at. I literally worked to get this so I don't have to work every night. Like, that's the point of reason why I got this. The bigger bag, and I don't have to bust my ass every night like y'all do. The people that's trying to work for this. But in AEW, just how the world titles over there, that's how y'all presenting your titles. So I'm separating the fan. This is my AEW fan view looking at it. Y'all made it seem like a fighting champion. That's how y'all present it. Some fighting champion. And low-key, I give him credit. MJF run is showing me that. It's legit showing me that. You're defending 2 titles on the same night again. That's impressive. And I'm not mad about it. That's another thing. I'm not mad about it one bit. It makes sense as well. Good, yo, salute to you, Tony. We talk our junk when we need to, but we give you your flowers when you're doing good. Fire work, man. Fire booking with your world champion. I want to say that. Don't outwork him though. Don't overwork him though. We'll say that.
He definitely being outworked at the moment, man. But somebody got to carry the workload right now. He's the biggest star, man. Also on Dynamite, we had Hook and RVD, my guy.
That's why you interrupted me, so you can talk about RVD.
We have the whole effing show, bro. The real legend, the real legend, the GOAT, still doing it. Still doing it all these years later, bro. He ain't up out there doing, active. Him and Hook, you know what I'm saying? Yo, man, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna be respectful because I got love. I almost said something wild out of pocket.
Hey, relax.
Salute to the. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna let people speculate.
Don't do that.
I think you know where I was going with that, but yo, I rock with that person, so I'm not gonna. All right, Tony Schiavone calls out Sting and Darby Allin to the ring. Tony Khan, this is one of those things I was a little wasn't really, I think it could have been better. Because what basically happened was we got hyped for a whole week. Tony Khan has a prize or a surprise, a gift, not a surprise. He has a gift for Sting that is like something that's never been seen in wrestling before. So I'm thinking something crazy, like he's going to give him either a statue or he's going to give him the first ever Hall of Fame for AEW spot.
That would have been fire. That been fire.
Or like a mansion or like a custom Sting Batmobile type shit. Since he's into like the whole Joker shit, I didn't know. I thought he was gonna do some real, because this dude is billionaire. Like, so I was like, I thought he was gonna give him a house or some shit. You see The Rock give people houses all the time. So I was like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna give him a house? Is he gonna give him like a fucking like a
you're fired for that.
A luxury car or some shit? Like what is he about to do? And then instead he just bring out Ric Flair, right? And like, I'm not gonna say like it ain't nothing. Ric Flair first time on AEW and shit. But what happens next? You bring out Ric Flair. They hug for a second. Ric Flair says, I just want to be here with you for the end of your career. And then Christian comes out immediately and bodies Ric Flair. Like, bro, it's like he signed up. He signed up to get humiliated, dog. Like, because Christian was bodying him.
I was real. Yo, Ric Flair would have been dead 20 years ago.
You one super kick away from your Peacemaker falling out. Like, yo, he was smoking Ric Flair's boots, bro. Like, he was talking so. He had no respect for Ric Flair, bro. He like, I know he ain't dead. He like, I know y'all used to be killing the dead, talking about the dead people, but like, hold on. I mean, he right there. He was talking so greasy to Ric Flair. I was like, damn, bro, this is not how you talk to your legends, dog. Respect the legends, my nigga. Like, there was no respect, bro. Rick had no rebuttals. Rick normally got rebuttals. Rick just had to eat that L, bro. Yeah.
Ryan was going to get you out of this.
Rick was like, I wasn't expecting this shit. I didn't know y'all was going to have this nigga come out here and rip on me like this. I would have wrote something. Damn.
I thought this was PG.
Came out my jugular, dog. Like, we go from that to Renee Moxley with Chris Jericho.
Renee Moxley.
That's what I'm gonna call you. You married Renee. That's what I'm gonna call you, Renee Moxley. And Jericho basically teasing Captain Insano. the Big Show, pretty much.
Oh boy.
You know, I'm about to get my big brother.
Oh boy.
Powerhouse Hobbs, you beat me up. Now I'm about to go get my big brother on you.
Not Mr. Hill and Face at the same damn time.
Hey, Renee needs some help. We need a second backstage like interview or something. She was all over the show, bruh. It was like her a segment, something else happened, her the next segment. You know, I'm like, damn. And you know what?
It was Tony, but boy, Tony killing on the announcement table.
I'm bugging. It was this episode, so I do get to give him his flowers. It's just the segment it was tied to is forgettable because everybody else be having crazy story development. And to be fair, this does have crazy story development, one of the best story developments. It's just that only two people are the star of it. The other people aren't really factored in, that being the Young Bucks. And that was the Young Bucks and Adam Page took on the Hardy Boys and Brother Zay on Dynamite. The match is somewhat forgettable, but after the match is not, because we get Swerve going to Adam Page's house this episode. Prince Nana was hilarious, dog. Whose house? Yo, Swerve is really going for Christian's #1 heel spot, bruh.
Both of them are
like,
and they're bro. Like, we gotta talk about it.
This
bro.
is the second house Swerve is burglarized.
Manager work, bro. They are fire. Like, they work, bruh. Like, they are money together.
Swerve making house visits, dog. This is the second.
Whose house? It's mine. D-Block. I don't care who paid the bills here. It's mine. It's me.
Hey, if you have a rivalry with Swerve, bruh, you better,
He pulling up.
He pulling up to your house, bruh. You better have a big family.
Y'all lucky I don't got this mask. Y'all lucky I don't got the Pooska. Yo, Swerve, let's talk about it.
He pulling up on babies. Swerve, I don't know, bro. He got an argument for #1 heel. Because I mean, Christian disrespecting the dead.
You might have to
Swerve pulling up on babies.
You might have to revisit that. That's a good
comment. Swerve pulling up on babies. Baby in the crib. Goo goo gaga.
Grab a collar.
Swerve told that baby, hey, you got me gas. What you think this pump for?
Grab a collar.
Hey, if you would have had a Adam Page, if you would have put the what's my boy from NXT? If you would have put the Carmelo Hayes that had Adam Page on the shirt, because he already put him on his shirt at the last pay-per-view. If he would have put him on the shirt and put that shirt on the baby, that would have just been like that would have been the chef kiss right there, dog. Like,
from Melo can have put him on the jersey. I got who house I pulled up to. That is crazy.
I'm at your house.
I'm at your
Samoa
house.
Joe, like I did it. People keep taking Samoa Joe shit, bruh, and making whole gimmicks off of it. Because Strowman took the catch these hands from Samoa Joe. Joe said that like a few weeks in a row, and the next thing you know, this motherfucker's made a whole career off of it.
That's a fact.
And now,
grab a collar.
I don't think Swerve was as blatant with it. You know what I'm saying?
No, we can't.
But it definitely fits his whole whose house and everything too, bro. That shit is fire.
Yeah, it's my gimmick. I'm literally pulling up. Yo, this is so much money. Like, make him a new shirt.
This was one of the best episodes of Dynamite, bruh. From Ric Flair getting bodied, RVD, bruh, Swerve's house, throwing the shirt on the baby. Damn, where the mom at, bruh? You let him go up there to the baby and violate the baby? You let the baby get violated?
The baby
bad parenting, bruh.
Yeah.
Daddy in a different state. Mama don't just leave the baby in a different room.
Talk about
Doors unlocked.
look how a hill can flip.
Doors unlocked.
Like you worried about that, and I was there to take care of the kid. Where was
Prince
you?
Nana in the fridge.
Right, Prince Nana made the baby a meal.
Swerve music playing in the background with Prince Nana dancing. You ain't hear none of that. You ain't hear him talking to your baby. You ain't hear none of that. Can't even hear the baby screaming, got the shirt over the baby face and shit. Like, dog, hey man, you gotta do something. Violate it.
I'm about to call DCF.
Yo, great booking, Tony. That was good.
Fire.
That was great. Yo, Tony, if you only gonna have another criticism, Tony. We need more woman matchups, Tony. I am tired of one woman matchup on each show. It's like that's like the law.
So are you about to say?
It don't matter if it's a pay-per-view. It don't matter. It don't matter if it's Dynamite, Collision, Rampage. One woman match limit. We need more women on the card, Tony.
Don't bring that up. That gotta be a say. How do you say that?
The women can't get better if they don't get opportunity, bruh. You can't get better at your job if you're not getting a chance to do your job. Y'all don't do house shows, so you got put them on Rampage. 2 women matchups on Rampage at least. No one watch. That's your least watched show. Let that be your NXT show. Treat that like that's NXT and use that to develop your female, because you're already going to take a hit on the ratings anyway on Rampage. So shit, stop booking your Dynamite matchups on Rampage because no one's going to tune in anyway. You had Santana and Ortiz, which had one of the best buildups. Honestly, like the second best buildup or third on a Rampage. They didn't even get entrance music or the main event. And
grab a collar.
And bro, that matchup was fire, by the way, bro. And it still got story left to it. Did a lot for Ortiz, you know what I'm saying, to build Ortiz's character. You know what I'm saying? I never felt more for Ortiz, rocking with Ortiz more. I never really was a fan of Ortiz. I always rocked with Santana more. And I'm still more of a Santana guy. But this one was like, all right, this makes me actually invest in an Ortiz feud. You know what I'm saying?
I was more fan of Ortiz.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It ain't like I didn't like him, but it was just like I feel like I was more of a Santana fan than an Ortiz fan. You know what I'm saying?
Ridiculous.
Ortiz definitely was the more animated of the two, for sure. You know?
Wow.
As soon as that matchup was over with Swerve and we get another Renee backstage segment, this time with Adam Copeland. And, you know, Edge is basically building his own storyline without doing anything. Everything's been backstage since he's arrived. Pretty much for his storylines for the most part. Darby and Sting basically confirm, like, dog, you being like soft. You need to like snap out of it for being, you know, you're getting played right now. And my one criticism of this whole thing is Edge debuted halting Christian. He basically ran down and attacked Christian's whole squad. And then the next week's like, I'll never fight you. Like, nigga, you pulled up with the smoke, my nigga. You pulled up with some black Air Forces in the middle of my match. It ran me and my whole squad off and shit. And then was shaking hands with the people I just had beef with. Now you talking about, I don't want to fight you. Like, bruh, you started a fight with me. What are you talking about? You over here chilling with the ops. What you talking about? You don't want to fight me now. And what makes it even worse.
Hold on, you saved
Christian, now Christian talking about your wife. Yeah, I don't know, man. Now, yeah, we really gotta go back to the debate because all right, Christian he disrespecting the elderly, he disrespecting the dead, he disrespecting He disrespecting children. It's
only
a
reason
double.
Christian wins is because I want to say they're both on the same in their own way. It's just that Christian gave out more smoke.
He popping out dead. He's hollering at the widows.
Like
Look,
Swerve was only able to attack the people that was in front of him. If Swerve was giving out smoke,
yeah, Swerve just now getting
that
going. Yeah,
would be even. Him pulling up at everybody's house is crazy.
that is super crazy. He's violating. That's super wild.
Are you kidding? Forget, yo, shout out to Mello. Jersey's Up is fire. But, yo, who house I've been to is wild. Oh, that is wild. Are you kidding me? This man was at your spot. Yo, words are one thing. I pulled up.
Ooh.
I walked around your living room. I pulled the fuck your couch, nigga. Like,
I ride up. So it's showtime.
He had his boy doing the nene and shit. What are y'all? Yo, I don't know.
He eating the kids' snacks. He eating the kids' snacks and everything, dog. He's eating the Lunchables, the high seas.
The only reason why you in the league is because you attack more people, bro. If Swerve just was shooting out shots and had all these rivalries, that would look.
Swerve would have been. Hey, if Prince Nana would have been in the kitchen making a meal, doing the dance, dog. Like, yo,
bro. Can you imagine when it get to like his 5th rivalry that somebody is going to have to say, yo, you better not pull up to my house.
Somebody gonna have to be at the house, like,
Yo, there's gonna be a scene where you pull up and then somebody gonna be sitting in the chair. Oh, I was waiting for this. Like you gonna have to. This man is pulling up at your crib, eating breakfast.
Dog, yeah, that is some #1 heel shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They both they neck and neck. That's a tie. It's a tie. They both is wild disrespectful. They both wild disrespectful, bro.
You gotta remember, Christian.
The babies is wild.
He had his rivalries and he had Luchasaurus rivalry. So he just had mad freedom to 30 everybody.
All right, Christian Wild, because hey, with his disrespect to the dead is like
crazy,
it's a compilation at this point. He really got like 15 minutes,
bro,
with like 4 or 5 different people disrespecting their dead relatives, and like 3 or 4 of them. He got they widow in the crowd, and he's over there trying to talk about like give me your number and shit like that. So like, yeah, he wilding.
He need to pull up to another house because I don't care, bro. Christian pulled the Arsenal. I would never forget that.
Christian got to get -1. If Christian get -1, he is the goated.
Daddy,
it's
whoever be crazy to me. I'm not gonna talk about your dad. Yo, he damn near did that in AEW. That's wild. That is wild. Yo, the reason why I say that, why he in the league for sure, I'm chanting for Swerve. But once again, let's step out of wrestling just a little bit. That's not a real house. That's not really his house. Okay,
it don't matter. I'm invested.
I hear you. No, I'm not. I'm talking about ranking them wise. I'm not taking nothing away from them, but I'm just saying let's step out. That's not really a house. That's the scene. Christian,
don't break kayfabe with the house.
No, Christian.
That's his house.
Christian, it doesn't matter. He said that. All right, you kayfabe or not? He said that to your soul. You can't erase that. Yo, dad.
Hey, he took Nick Wade. I'm sorry, I don't even know Nick Wade's dad's name, but he took your son.
Yo,
you ever got him calling him daddy? So damn, yeah, that's some shit. Yeah, Christian got it. Christian got it.
That's the slight points advantage. Other than that, Swerve is right there, bro. I'm right here. Wrestling story wise, that's ridiculous.
He body Ric Flair something nasty, dog. That shit was like watching one of those comedy roast. I was like, yo, leave him alone. Like after like the 3rd haymaker, I was like, will somebody just tell them commercial or some shit, bro? Because he had Ric Flair in there looking dumbstruck, bro.
I'm gonna start doing this on the pod separately. And when they both on the same show, Christian and Swerve, I'm gonna see who won that round. I'm gonna rank them 1-1-0. I'm gonna rank them. Right now, I'm giving it to Swerve though.
They wildin'. The house was
I'm starting now. I gotta give it to Swerve. He pulled up. That's crazy. He pulled up. But telling
Back to Dynamite.
God was a lot. Yikes! I'm nasty. Go ahead, my fault. Continue. Yes.
Yeah, the criticism for the show could have been more women matchups and stuff like that. We had Sheeta versus Ruby Soho, and it was what it was. Sheeta gets a W. Wasn't really, you know.
This is one time for AEW. You might want to skip the women talk. That every time you say that, it makes me want to speak about another brand.
There's some good women, and not to say Sheeta or Ruby Soho, but aren't good or whatnot.
I don't want to yell because if you about to ask who's the best or who's the top, I'm sorry.
But right now, the best part of that was Tony Storm coming out at the end and doing
there
her.
you go. Just like MJF is on you, I'm sorry. You need to pay her. You need to pay her. It is what it is. I need you to work. I really.
And you know what's funny is that I hear WWE got eyes on Tony Storm now too. Now that Tony Storm back cooking, now they want her back and everything like that. So
Tony don't happen. They're gonna Tony, I promise you, that will be the first time I'm gonna say that WWE is gonna steal a whole gimmick from you. Cody don't count because Cody was always Cody. But no, they're going to what Tony. I promise you, WWE sees it. They seize it. They know they will body somebody like they more thinking why we didn't do this before. And I bet you that in their eyes they want to use somebody, but no, they want Tony Storm. I'm telling you, AEW this is a OE wrestling mark my words moment. If WWE gets Tony Storm within 2 years, they're going to keep that gimmick. I promise you. I promise.
I should have something very similar.
They're gonna act like Tony Storm never left WWE. They're gonna treat her like this. She's gonna come in with especially with Jade over there. Stop playing. Are you kidding me? Jade is damn near gonna keep her gimmick. Like, y'all think I'm playing? And Tony been there before, but that is money. Y'all are walling. Y'all finally respect all the women. Other than Jade was money. I'm not gonna do that. Other than Jade, Tony Storm is y'all void money. Yo, how do y'all not see that?
Yeah, Tony Storm is money, dog.
Y'all need more watch for the shoes merch. Y'all should be going sick with that. Y'all finally have another saying that's up there. Bro, you know, I hear people saying that. That's how I know it's starting to get traction. People don't even mess with AEW like that, but they're saying watch for the shoes. Come on, bro. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Pay her. Pay her. Pay her. You hear me? I'm gonna keep saying it over. Pay her. Tell her she needs to work. Pay her.
You're gonna there's a trend with this Dynamite episode too. It's like Renee Moxley with somebody segment, Renee Moxley segment, Renee Moxley segment. Because right after that matchup, we have another Renee Moxley backstage interview. This time with MJF.
It's Renee Moxley.
And then Samoa Joe pops up, and then this is where he offers his help and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I want a rematch for the title. No ifs, ands, or buts. Think about it, because he's reluctant to do it. Then we talked about it previously, but just to recap for Dynamite. Kazuchika Okada and Orange Cassidy in the main event take on Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. And I'm 50-50 on this. I don't know. And that's what makes it so good to me. I don't know if this is a work or not. I don't know if he's really hurt. And this is built up for their Wrestle Kingdom, because Wrestle Kingdom is in like January 4th.
My birthday.
So I don't know. You know, Okada already losing. Happy birthday in advance. But Okada losing to Daniel Bryanson at the last Forbidden Door, I believe it was, and everything. But Bryan Danielson getting injured, you knew that eventually they were going to run it back at Wrestle Kingdom. You knew that was a given. Just like Omega and Ospreay going to run it back at Wrestle Kingdom, you know that's going to happen. I felt like that was going to be Okada's matchup. Since he's not going to be in the world title picture, that's already Sonata and Naito. So now you got 3 big matchups for your Wrestle Kingdom.
Happy birthday to me. Naito needs to win. Happy birthday to me. Naito needs to win. Yes, he does.
I'm going with Sonata.
So let's go,
I'm going
Naito.
with Sonata. I remember when Sonata ragdoll Jungle Boy that Forbidden Door matchup. Yeah, man, I was watching with like
Boy.
6 people who never watched wrestling before, and they, out of everybody they watched, they thought Sonata was like the Japanese Superman, bro. Like the way he did Jungle Boy, he probably had more fans. I was like, wow, Sonata's a person they like responded to like that. Like, really? I think it was when he. I think it's when he did that move, that bully move, where you take the hands and tie him up and everything. I think that's what really made him enduring to a lot of the people that was watching. Like, oh, that's it. I like him. I like him.
He ain't gonna be bullying Naito. Watch that.
He gonna wrap Naito up in the same move. Watch you get him in that shit. Best believe it.
Oh,
but the main event, Bryan Danielson and Claudio, this was a wild ass matchup, and it felt like watching an old school Ring of Honor matchup, bro. And like, they was laying it in. It was a New Japan Ring of Honor style matchup, strong style. Bryan Danielson, at one point in the matchup, and this is where I don't know if it's a work or not. When I was watching it, the first time watching it, I thought it's a shoot. This is real because of how everything went down. Bryan Danielson is giving Kazuchika Okada Walter chops. Like he is chopping him with everything he can, trying to fuck him up.
He's gonna build up. He out for the rest of the year, though.
And then Okada, after like 3 or 4 of them, Okada normally want to watch him too. He's like he's like a softer hitting person than like the other people in New Japan for the most part. He's not really the strong style. Unless he's giving you a receipt, like that time he got kicked in the face and he just like popped up and went berserk on boy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that's what happened in this matchup. Okada went berserk because he's like, look, man, we just supposed to be working. And you see it in those shoot interviews with the workers after they retire and everything, like, oh yeah, that guy works stiff and that guy be taking liberties, and I feel like Bryan Danielson, one of the people who work stiff, you heard about it before with the Young Bucks in their book when they first got in. They worked with Roderick Strong and Bryan Danielson, and they got beat so bad that they ended up crying. Like after the matchup, they're like, "Dog, they beat the shit out of us." Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I felt like Okada in that matchup when I was watching, I'm like, yeah, Bryan Danielson, he taking liberties with Okada right now,
So you think
and Okada
returns before the year is over?
I think he returns. That's gonna let me know if it's a shoot or not. If he don't make Wrestle Kingdom, then nah, that shit was off script and everything. And that's what I felt like too. I felt like plans got fucked up. I feel like he went a little too hard, and Okada said, "All right, you wanna play rough, little nigga?" Yeah, I could have gave him that elbow, just 1, 2. But when he gave him that shit, I was like, yeah, this motherfucker just gave him like a real elbow straight to his side of his cranium, and he dropped, and I was like, oh, the way he dropped, and everything's like, yeah, that was real. And then the match proceeded to just break from there. It turned into a shoot. It felt like. And Claudio being the toughest dude in there.
Facts. Makes sense for real.
Just really just show like, all right, y'all want to take liberties with my partner? And he got wild respect for Bryan Danielson. Everybody do, but him working with him all those years in WWE too and Ring of Honor before that, he's like, oh, you want to beat up my boy?
Oh, you wild.
He proceeded to beat the hell out of both of them the rest of the match. They turned into they turned into enhancement talent after that point. He straight squashed both of them. Like, I don't care who you are in New Japan. I don't care you the international champion.
You ain't this.
Y'all dead to me right now. He straight beat the hell. Yo, it was like one of those videos you see on YouTube where like one dude's beating up like 2 people. He's getting jumped, but he's beating up both of them and shit. Like, that's and when I seen how it ended too, how he just finished, I was just like, oh, word? Like, I thought you were gonna be the pin guy. I thought you're the guy taking the fall.
Yeah, that's fine.
And he just laid out both of them, bro. I was like, all right. And what made me really think everything was like real, it was random ass people who had nothing to do with the storyline or the rivalries, all coming out to break people apart and everything. And the whole time he getting checked on Okada, who don't speak any English, mind you. You know what I'm saying? He's from Japan. And see, that's what happened. There was a language, there was a translation miscommunication error that occurred where he was trying to tell Bryan Danielson probably during the first chop, like, take it easy. But there wasn't a translator. So he's speaking in Japanese, like, yo, son, Bryan son. Take it easy, Bryan son. And he's just like, he said, all right, fucking King of Scrubs.
Guys, relax. RELAX.
Yo, when Bryan Danielson was chopping he was chopping Okada so hard, Okada had the anime flashback, you know, like before they like hit you with that strong ass attack, they have that flashback because they're getting fucked up by the other person. He was getting chopped so hard, he was having flashbacks. Then he's like, oh yeah, that move. Talk to me. God, just and he gave him the Von Erich Texas Tornado spinning elbow to the side. Rest in peace to Kerry, bro. He gave him the fucking Texas Tornado elbow straight.
Get better, Bryan Danielson. This is crazy, yo.
Yo, shit got real. That's how that episode was lit. That was one of my favorite Dynamites ever, bro. Shit got real, bro. Change your plans. Claudio said, change your plans. I was gonna let y'all beat me, but since y'all want to beat up my partner, now I gotta fuck everybody up.
Everybody.
Y'all thought y'all could really beat me in a match?
Out of here.
Y'all was only winning because this shit's scripted, nigga. But since y'all want to go off script, I'm gonna show y'all what it is, nigga. Like, he tossed that nigga in the air.
Yo, anything on Collision.
Yo, real quick, before we get to Collision, Rampage, real quick, man. Santana Ortiz, no entrance. But the one thing I will say, this could get away with it. Because the intensity when the show first started with them faced off and everything was I'll excuse it this time, even though I do feel like, man, this dude should be on a bigger show, should be getting entrances and all that shit. But for what it was, it did add a little to the intensity of it and everything. You know, it started slow, but once it picked up, bro, their chemistry, obviously being a tag team, you could see it in their matchup. And their chemistry is so good in this matchup that you know they clearly squashed this shit and now they just working together. You know what I'm saying? They got a story building from it. Ortiz just refusing to stay down, taking wild punishment, but still continuing to fight. He eventually loses, but there was a sick ass spot in this where Santana suplexes Ortiz from the apron to the outside into like a stack of chairs. It was nasty. The one thing I didn't like about the matchup is the post-match. You know, you gotta have to have a post-match something for every single matchup damn near on AEW. And for this one, it was Sanjay Dutch coming out to like talk to Ortiz after he lost the matchup, you know, and then Ortiz leaves with them. I'm like, man, we don't need Ortiz with Sanjay and Jeff Jarrett and all them. Like, I like what Ortiz is doing right now with Santana. Let them both just be single guys and doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Throwing him in a faction like that is not really going to help him, especially that faction.
I want to say this. Maybe this is my downside of AEW. It's with that rivalry. You said on the stage, I ain't gonna lie, the whole thing could have been better. Build up for it could have been better. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, this was two people that was teammates for a while. Like, this is a team, I'm not gonna lie, it's one of those that made you feel like, yo, y'all really never gonna break up, huh?
But they've had some good build up to this matchup. That's what surprised was going to a Rampage. It got put to a Rampage when it got announced. It's like they just had like 3 good weeks of like
I gave
little, you know.
Kenny Omega and MJF because I understand we're gonna talk about that, but this one y'all could have stretched this out to a paper. I really feel like this one deserves more than what it got. Look how I almost forgot. A lot of people didn't even see that. I remember seeing highlights. I'm not even gonna lie because I forgot. Why is it on Rampage?
I do critique.
Respectfully, Rampage is your. If you had to rank all of them, Rampage is the lowest ranking one right now.
Rampage is your NXT. It's your C
It
show.
literally goes Dynamite, Collision, and then Rampage. Why?
Facts.
Sorry, I gotta say that because this is one of those ones like, yo, y'all. How I talk about with stories, I would add this one.
You could have put this on a pay-per-view, bruh. You could have put this on Full Gear, bruh.
That's my complaint because, like I said, people are complaining about the Kenny MJF. We're gonna talk about it. There's a reason why. I'm fine with it. Makes sense. But this is a big story that was on a Rampage. Not even I would have been mad the same if it was on Dynamite Collision. But it's like, damn, it's on Rampage of all of them. Like, just let's start from there before we get to it should be on a pay-per-view. 100%. This is my complaint. Why is it? This should be like one of them. This could be a great opener for a pay-per-view.
If it's on Rampage, at least be the main event, bruh. It's the opening matchup.
That's crazy. And
the main event is Kyle Fletcher versus Konosuke Takeshita over that. Seriously? After all that build up to a matchup that's kind of just been like randomly put together the past 2 weeks since Mark Davis got injured. And so now Kyle Fletcher's been just having random matchups with everybody from Omega to Bryan Danielson to Takeshita, you know, and just taking L's to everybody but get some singles experience.
Let's really talk about it. You're nasty because you put them in a situation kind of what started their whole heated like rivalry in real life with each other. How y'all booking them? Like you put me on the opening match.
That's that's how grab a collar.
Like you're
grab
not
a collar, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That was that's what you broke up our friendship over this exact shit, my dog, and now you're doing the same exact shit. I didn't even realize that. That was a great observation.
I'm somebody. I'm not mad. Believe it or not, I'm not mad they was going to break up because in my head I'm like, oh, this is a fire story for y'all. You have a legit team. We know, like a lot of people. You have AEW fans. They know the history of them. That's the real. That's the beauty of AEW. Sometimes you could get away. Y'all don't have to. Y'all missing that. Y'all don't have to highlight certain stories as much because you're guaranteed your fans know the history. That's the difference between WWE fans. They have to teach us who the wrestlers are. You low key don't.
The great point you made about that made me realize something else. I was about to try to transition off, but there's something else I just realized with that too. Man, these are the two people that actually, out of everybody who's had backstage shenanigans and all that stuff, you really did see a lot of their stuff get thrown to the dirt sheets like that. And when they did have their problems and everything, they actually were man enough to work their shit out and do a program. Who else who got real beef is doing the program? We never got it, the fans lost because of that. We never did get to see the Puck and the Elite. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to see Jack Perry and Puck or anybody who got a Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa. So like we never really get to see these beefs. And they're the two that actually did things the right way. And they still get an opening matchup.
To see how they're passionate in their promo. I'm like, bro, y'all really gonna put to see Ortiz, like I'm a fan of Ortiz, and it's really because I do like how he animates, but to see him that serious, because he's somebody also, I'm like, yo, he's the one that's like reckless. How I look like Homicide. Homicide, the smaller one, but he's the one that would do whatever it takes to. I mean, he the madman.
The wild card, yeah.
Yeah. So to see Ortiz like you know he could be the madman, but he played the anime role. To see him go that serious and pat, it's like, bro, how are you not? Yo, they should have had more than one pro. I should have seen like 2 to 3 different promos for them.
Nah, they've had a few. They had a few
in ring too. Did I miss that?
They had about all right. So they had one where Santana and they walk off when he waits for him at the ramp.
Yeah, I do.
Then after that, they have one backstage where Ortiz is cutting a promo, or they have two where they both cut a promo back and forth, no one interferes. So that's like three. And then they have a fourth one where Ortiz is cutting a promo, and then he walks up on him, and then they finally talk and have their thing. So I was just like, bruh. Yeah, so I was like, yo, they got a great story. And then I was like, oh, it's on Rampage? All right, this got to be the main event. I'm tuning into Rampage. And then I see it's on the opening matchup. I was like, it was a good ass matchup, the best matchup of the night. So I'm just like,
and you know, I
bruh.
don't like discussing thinking stuff outside of wrestling, but that was one of the stories that the outside story works for the in ring. Y'all was supposed that was a pay-per-view. If it was gonna open anything like I just said, it should have opened the pay-per-view. That would have been fire. That would have
Here's
been
the problem,
fire.
too.
You would have had a story, good package, good match. That is how you open a great pay-per-view.
Here's why you're missing it, because a lot of the stuff be regulated to the Rampage. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the least watched show. So a lot of people, you're like, man, what the. And it's just like, man, like, are they only on Rampage or something? Are they exclusive to Rampage?
You so drama-ish, like not here to throw dirt on you, but it's proven and put in that you love drama. How do you not use that story, bruh? You didn't even have to do much. You didn't have to do nasty work with it. Both of them would have. Oh my god! Like
I will
Drake
say
said,
this though.
they were willing to work together. Do you know how many people is beefing outside that are not in AEW too? Because WWE seemed like that could work over there. But in AEW, if you're beefing outside of work, oh no, we can't work together. I don't trust you. That's it.
On the flip side, I will say that they have been the highlight of Rampage for like the past 3 weeks now. So at least they're like, there's the star of the C show, I guess.
Oh, okay.
You know, at least they got that.
No,
They should have been the main event, though. They should have definitely been the main event. It should have been a pay-per-view. It really should have been a pay-per-view.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my
yeah.
god, bro. Regardless how you look at it, low key, I'm still worried about Ortiz and shit. That's why they probably, I ain't gonna lie, how you broke them up is probably how you brought them together. They're seeing, oh, it wasn't us being teams. Separated, we're doing the same shit.
Yo, Tony Khan, after last week, how day and night the week of was, I'm for sure that you've seen our show. And with that being said, bro, like, more women matchups, but on Rampage, I guess Rampage only being an hour show, one woman matchup is straight. And if you are going to do one woman matchup, do it like you do this one. 4 women. Give me 4 women. A tag team matchup, a fatal 4-way. We had Sky Blue versus Willow Nightingale versus Anna Jay versus Abaddon. Abaddon, yo, she been under contract for a long ass time with no action, and she just got put to work today. This whole week she been working. It's like Tony was like, "Damn, I'm paying you." Oh yeah, yo, you gotta do some matchups this week. You doing a fatal 4-way and a title matchup. Let's go.
Hey, stop. All right, get the collision. Stop bringing up women. Yo, you're killing my bar. I want to say, dude, I've been wanting to say, yo, Tony Khan talk that, yo, on Book of the Year talk. But every time you bring up women, I'm like, damn.
Sky Blue. I'm liking the attire. I don't get the little face thing. It does give me the Julia Hart thing, and I do see that they're actually looking to slowly transition her into teaming with Julia Hart, which would mean that she would join the House of Black, which would mean that the House of Black got all the bitches. My dog, like, yo, how you got? Yo, how you got Julia and
guys, relax. RELAX, relax.
Respectfully.
Oh, crap.
Respectfully. I meant that in a enduring and positive way. Support you queens, you gothic queens. I need love too. But yo, all right, Abaddon gets a W2. Main event was Kyle Fletcher versus Konosuke Takeshita. I don't know if you've seen this matchup. They got some good chemistry. So Rampage was good because it was only like 3 matchups, but the matchups were the first match and the last match were good. The woman matchup was mid, but
sometimes I'm too invested because I'm not gonna lie. That Santana and Ortiz thing, I saw it was fire, and how fire it was made me even more mad.
there was one point in the Takeshita versus Kyle Fletcher matchup, bruh. They did this sequence that was wild choreographed, but I don't care. It was sick as a motherfucker, dog. But what pissed me off was as soon as they executed this sequence so perfectly. This shit was like straight out of a movie, dog. And the end was like this roll up, like they both did like a roll. Kyle Fletcher did like a roll into the ropes, and Takeshita rolled right after him, and like he did like some springboard, and he caught him, flipped him into like a German suplex, and like it was perfect, bruh. It was so it gave me Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero vibes, bro. Real shit.
All right.
And then the motherfucker got right back to his feet on some like, I was like, you motherfucker, you raggedy motherfucker, bro. Like you completely no-sold the most impressive move of the entire matchup, you idiot. Like, bruh, like, and I hate it too because it's always like the super like skinny dude who does that shit too. Where you're just like, bruh, like I can see it feels like this big ass motherfucker, like boop, like that doesn't hurt me. Like it feels like a Goldberg, Brock Lesnar type build type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, not you, bro. Like, come on, bro. You barely got any muscle, bro. You over getting.
I ain't gonna lie, the no fellas in AEW's getting crazy, yo.
Pissed me off, bro, because it was such a beautiful sequence that he completely no-sold it. But he got hit with a nasty V-trigger right after that for the victory, which was fire, bro. Takeshita got probably, his V-trigger just as nasty as Omega and Ibushi, bro. He tore Kyle Fletcher up with that V-trigger. After the matchup was weird. Sometimes they need to just stop getting out of the habit of doing a post-match. Everything don't need a post-match. Even the final matchup of the night. Because this post-matchup was kind of dumb to me. You had Kyle Fletcher go out of the ring, get a chair, go back in the ring, and attack both Powerhouse Hobbs and Takeshita with the chair. But then they shrug it off, toss him out the ring like he like a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then they about to like continue to beat him up, but Don Cal's like, nah, join our family. And then after reluctantly thinking about it, decides to join. I'm like, bro, for the past 2 weeks, you were already in the family because you came in with Will Ospreay. So even with Will Ospreay being cool with you, you over here talking to him greasy, even though he's with Ospreay. He's losing all these matchups because his partner's injured. You basically kick him out, and then 1 week later, after he loses again, you kicked him out for losing a bunch of matchups. He loses more matchups, and then you're like, yo, no. Join our crew. Like, that's the one segment I'm like, yo, that's the one storyline that's just lost right now. You know, like, putting a little too much thought into Kyle Fletcher, bro. Like, he's on every card, every show. But his story's just not really cracking. Let's get to Collision.
He's Bears by Collision. Respect.
We actually talked about a Rampage. That gives you that says something though for Tony. Mainly because of Santana and Ortiz, but if it wasn't for Santana and Ortiz, I probably wouldn't even cared about the other stuff, honestly.
Ready to talk about this main event.
Let's talk about the rest of the card before we get to that. Yeah, Jay White versus AR Fox, bro. AR Fox don't get enough credit.
I've been said that. That man been fire since he had that match with Swerve and Lucha Underground.
He's really the best kept secret. I wonder when people really going. I mean, you know, people were waking up at one point, right? They woke up the night he got his all in spot taken by Christian Cage, because that night he was wilding out. He was doing some shit.
Just you need a character, bro. I hate to say it. Like somebody we're gonna talk about WWE. You need a character. You need a character. You need a
He
character.
had it with Swerve too, and then they kick him out. So it's just like, damn. And out of everybody on Swerve's group aside from Prince Nana, he was like the best fit.
Yeah, and respectfully, I mean, it worked for Swerve.
Their tag team work too is fire, bro. Like, how do you not have them together, bro? Like,
Because they're a good rivalry too, but AR Fox just need a character. That's what it is. What else? What?
Jay White, obviously gets to win. Jay White been doing a lot of work too. Him and MJF been workhorses. Jay White been getting a lot of time, probably more time than even MJF TV time, because every week Jay White is gonna have a Bullet Club Gold promo. He's had like a promo leading up to Full Gear every week on every show he's on.
I would too.
And he probably has a matchup to go with it.
I would too.
You know?
This is
So
giving flowers to Tony, because you remember how the Bullet Club merch and all the hype goes, bro. You got the best version of Bullet Club right now.
they've been going overload with it too, because like he had so much momentum that week with MJF. The first week he got buried, and it kind of took away for a week. And so after that, it's kind of like they had to build him back up by like, all right, we need him on everything. He's been everywhere, dog.
He been
strong. He's everywhere. The Acclaim had a backstage promo after that, which, the Acclaim has just not been doing it for me. Nothing against them. They just ain't been doing it for me as of late. You had the Boys versus the Guns, and I don't really got much to say about this, but I do wonder if the girls would be acceptable in today's climate. Like, it's okay for the Boys gimmick with the
all right,
okay. Funny segment. You got Riot Namath, little Dolph Ziggler. Yo, what? Hey, when reality is your character too. Like, first CM Punk is kicking you out of the building backstage. Now you getting beat up backstage by Miro. You over here looking for Lana to be his manager, and then gets lured into a false room and gets beat up off screen. You don't even get screen time getting beat up. You got beat up off screen. We just know you got beat up though. We didn't have to see what happened to know you got beat up. Feels like we ain't got a show. We know you got beat up. just put the elements there. We know it's Miro. We know it's him. They're in the same place. Shut the door. We know what happened. Don't even got to show it. He got thrashed. Squash match. That's beyond a squash match.
You don't even go here.
Until Dolph gets here, unless your brother signs, you go stay backstage.
Fact.
You Akira Tozawa to us.
Oh, man.
And at least Akira Tozawa started to finally get
Grab a collar.
It's TV time.
Akira had me die when he's like, Akira hilarious, bro.
That dance gonna get him over.
Yo, after that we get, all right, we got Abaddon versus Hikaru Shida. Like, god damn, we're just about to shove Shida down our damn throats this week. That was my gripe of contention for the week. We don't got enough women, and we don't have enough. I'll be brutally honest. I'm tired of playing nice. I'm tired of being politically correct. We don't have enough eye candy on the damn show. And then the one eye candy that does it, the one time you have anything for me, I'm like a starving dog over here. The one time you bring out dog food, you bring out Abaddon and Hikaru Shida. Nigga, I gotta eat.
Gotta eat is wild, yo.
Relax. Like, you gotta relax. Like, all y'all niggas in here, y'all got to relax. Like, I feel like everybody should just relax.
Niggas is thirsty over here, bro. Like, yo, man, where's Kiera Hogan? Where's Sky Blue? Where's Anna Jay? Where's Tony Storm? Where's Kiera Hogan?
Card. Next match of the card, Kiera Hogan. That's fine. Next match of the card.
Samoa Joe squash match, as it should be.
As it should be.
Claudio Castagnoli has a video package. Claudio got a video package talking greasy now. After the events that occurred at the main event where he just went Debo and beat up everybody off script, now he got a video package letting him know, I'm not done beating y'all up. Like, y'all hurt my homie. Now that I know my homie hurt, that beatdown wasn't enough. When I see you, it's on site again. Okada, I'm going to Tokyo. I'm going to beat you up in Japan. Orange Cassidy, since you local, like, it's next week with you. Like, and then he came out and, yo, we've seen squash matchups before, but Claudio's squash matchups are different. Oh, hey, it was a perfect squash match. His health bar did not lose any health, dog. Oh boy, didn't even get an Irish whip. He didn't get nothing. He gave that man nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, he treated that man like he's the one who clocked Brad Delston upside the head, right? he had PTSD from last week and just straight went off script on oh boy. Like, damn, no love. Oh boy's like, hey, backstage, yeah, I could imagine before like going over the matchup backstage, Jabber like, yo, thank you for letting me have this match with you, sir. These are the moves I do. I do a springboard clothesline and a body slam, elbow drop. Like, can I just do my 3 moves? Like, no.
Claudio straight up. I'm about to fuck you up.
You don't get a punch. You don't even get a chop, bro. You're taking all offense, bro. You don't get not one move, bro. That was a complete. That shit was Ricky Starks took on Dax Harwood, and Dax Harwood, man. Dax Harwood be fucking niggas up with them chops. Him and Jay White be going on hand with the chops. Brian Danielson too, but Okada, you know.
Yo, anyway, continue.
Oh my God. All right, yo. Hard chops. We know Walter's king in WWE. In AEW, you got Dax Harwood, Brian Danielson, Jay White, them fuckers, right? Now, Brian Danielson getting knocked out by Okada reminded us in peace to Bruiser Brody. But I heard a shoot interview with Harley Race, and he basically said Bruiser Brody is a bully, and when you're a bully who enjoys bullying people, you eventually run into someone who don't like being bullied. Okay. And so I don't feel sorry for Bruiser Brody because he brought that to himself. You know what I'm saying? Okada was that person. Okada said, yo, you might be cool bullying these other people, but I ain't going for these chops, bro. I'm the big Avail in Tokyo, dog. I'm big Yakuza back in Tokyo, bro. You ain't gonna be doing this to me. Like, you can't. Wow. You know what they'll do to you in Tokyo?
I'm big Yakuza is crazy.
You know what they'll do to you in Tokyo if I tell them about this, dog? Like, yo. No fly zone in Tokyo.
Yo, back to Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks was getting lit up. He was one of those people getting lit up. I was like, damn, Dax is just taking advantage of Ricky in this matchup. Those chops. He was fucking him up.
He was. Ricky Starks is
dogging him.
Cool. That man is money. That is a WWE superstar weight. He's the only person I say that in the AEW too. I don't like saying that, but I'm sorry. That man just screams like, bro, you are in the wrong shops every time I see it. Like, man, forget NXT. Put this man on the main roster. I cannot wait for Ricky Starks versus LA Knight. Fire. That promo would be crazy.
The post match was a little bit all over the place
They
with
have
that one.
post matches.
Bunch of people jumping out from different factions and shit like that. Just really, I was like, not
Do
really
they have
for it.
like, is their next pay per view like that War Games type thing?
It's full gear. MJF got 2 matchups already.
Why they
Not
set it
quite.
up like they got a Survivor Series or something?
I don't know. They might throw something on there to that extent. No telling. The way that the main event, we're almost there, kind of looks like they're gonna have like some type of fatal 4-way or triple threat or something to find out who's gonna be the next
If you ask me,
challenger.
multiple Survivor Series matches I can call that AEW low key built up. Like,
Yo, man. Game recognized game, and I gotta give props to this hustler, bruh. Lana, you were a hustler. I don't know how you be getting the bag, Lana, like you do. You be getting that bag, Lana. You get a bag for doing absolutely nothing. Lana just going backstage, talking to Andrade. Like, I'm just like, yo, her whole thing just talking to people backstage, and I'm just like, all right, like, do you really need Lana? Does she
you
really?
gotta give her husband his credit. 'Cause Lana would not see a job in WWE or AEW.
Right.
I can say that. Like I can legit say
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna write that too. Yeah, I agree.
Give Miro his credit. He makes sure his woman good. And you don't gotta do nothing.
We had a quick segment with the women, so at least they got a backstage. Did the women even wrestle on this show, or did they just get a?
You said Kushida.
Oh yeah, they had the Sheeta shit. See, that's how forgetful. That's how forgettable it is. But yeah. Oh, the good thing was Tony Storm came out after that matchup, and man, she was she's in like a little nightgown and everything with the thickness and everything. Jumped up on the now. Hey, Nigel McGuinness. Hold on, now we gotta talk about it. Nigel McGuinness was looking at that ass on the announce while she was on the announce desk the whole time. Could not take his eyes off. I was just like, look at my boy Nigel. What was Nigel looking like, man? I couldn't be Nigel. I knew what was going in Nigel McGuinness' head at that moment. He was like, I could not be Juice Robinson, bro. I could not be Juice Robinson having my wife have her ass all up in this other nigga face like this, bro. He's like, nigga, you don't even know, man. If we wasn't on TV right now, they all know, like, smack
Nigel,
that.
yo, look at you. Yo, back to the backstage segment.
Oh, we had the Statlander with Willow and Sky, Sky
Willow,
Blue, and then she like, I'm about to join.
Yep,
I'm about to talk to Julia, not tell y'all what it's about.
First of all, I
House of Black, House of Hoes.
I normally don't do this, but you're wild disrespectful because Willow is eye candy. I don't know what he's talking about.
Whoa.
Willow Nightingale.
When did I not? I did not say nothing slanderous or disparaging about Willow Nightingale at all.
You rewind.
I never said nothing about her.
Verbatim, your words.
Uh-huh.
Nothing eye candy on here.
Huh?
You said it was nothing eye candy on
I was referring to the matchup between Abaddon and Hikaru Shida.
Said there was no eye candy
in that match. I thought that was the only matchup on the card. That's what I had to look again. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, there was a women's segment. Okay. So there's a quick little eye candy. Nothing crazy. Like a 30-second eye candy little thing, you know? I did.
That's all you did.
Like the bread. Like that's like the when you get to the restaurant, you first sit down, they got that little thing of bread right there. That's all that was. Like a little 30-second little some bread.
Backstage segment.
Yo, Samoa Joe goes back, talks to MJF, planning more of that seed. You know, they continue in that storyline, which is good because it gives Joe purpose. It gives him something like an actual storyline, and it's with the world champion, so that's a good look as well. Then after that, we get the match. MJF versus Kenny Omega. I went back and rewatched, and he was right.
And I was really right.
He was right. He was right. He was right.
I want to say this though to the people that was saying, "Oh, why are they doing this? Why is it on the pay per view?" You have to think about it. And I even heard people say, "Oh, even after what I said, why is it not on the pay per view?" Then that wouldn't make sense. It was Kenny Omega's streak First, he could if they went to the next pay per view, y'all, the streak would have been beat. Do y'all get it?
Right, right.
The streak would have been beat by that time, so it would have been no. They have to do a whole nother program and how it ended and how he won. They can swing the block. Kenny can say, "Oh, you didn't beat me fair and square, Don Cal." But right now, that was the perfect.
But did he? Nah, no. That's what I was saying. You was right because it wasn't enough. It was enough to really make it that big of a difference. You know,
Right, exactly.
it was pretty. It was pretty clean.
This is the first thing they did right. They can easily all that gave them. That's like WWE. That gave them if they do it like that, they give them a little footage for the storyline that they can have in the future.
The match was fucking sick too.
I love
They
it.
delivered, bro. They actually delivered too. And that was
That
the
beat trigger
greatest thing.
from Kenny when he rolled out after being distracted was crazy.
Because they're both too like they both got very different styles too. So like going in, you're just like, man, how's this one? I don't know if this is gonna be a clash of styles, if this is gonna work. But it worked good. And what it showed was I could do your style and you could do my style. I just prefer to do this style.
Yeah.
And I prefer to do this style, but they put them together nicely. It was a dope ass matchup, bro. Salute to Tony Khan. Great way to end a solid 3 for 3, in my opinion.
Tony, that's why you can't always listen to fans. It's like what you just did. You should take the Kenny Omega MJF match, and that should be like a awakening to you. Like you don't have to always listen to fans because listen what they're complaining about. Your booking literally makes sense. Like if you go to the pay per view, the streak is beaten. What is that takes away the streak and title thing? You can't say that at Full Gear because the streak was already beaten. It was the streak deadline. I think what was the day after Collision or whatever. Regardless, it's Collision. Wrestling calendar wise, Collision is the last day that you could defend that title and it will beat the streak. Y'all wildin'.
Another good thing that they did too at the end of this show, what I really liked how
all the time.
We talked about it previously, but at the end, usually I'm not for all the post matchups, but at the end I did like this one. You had the Bret Hart backstage watching all of the monitor. You got Wardlow watching on one. Then you got Samoa Joe watching on another. Powerhouse Hobbs. That was the one that kind of didn't make sense. I'm like, Hobbs, you kind of dealing with Jericho right now. So why are you like really paying attention to this matchup? Like we know Wardlow, and,
I'm still okay,
but it's still cool. Bullet Club Gold watching, so it shows everybody got their eyes on the world title. So I'm cool with it to that extent.
That's why I like Warlow because Warlow, you're still going through your story, but your story right now is, bro. At the end of the day, it's not even the world title. I got my eyes on MJF. Like if your Warlow whole gimmick is not just the world title, it's MJF.
Right.
So I'm fine with him going through Jericho and matter of fact, even somebody else. It gives him something to do before it makes sense for a small program of Warlord and MJF. So Tony, that ending, like Dre said, it fire, bro. For your world title, that is fire. You made it show. You showed how important your world title is. How many people is really fighting for this? The eyes that's already set on this. The contenders that lined up for your. In our heads is like, wow, who's going against MJF at these pay per views? Or will MJF even hold it that long to face this man at the pay per view?
You're getting a lot of people with actual character and actual like motives and things to do now, as opposed to just a random matchups. So that's a great thing. A lot of progress the last 2 weeks in that regard. One thing I will say though, you need to, like I believe you already pointed out, like Collision or Dynamite is the A show. It gets the most viewers. That's the most established, oldest show. Collision gets the second most, and Rampage is the lowest, but it's the show that comes on in the middle. So use Rampage because no matter what you put on there, for the most part, it's going to do a low number. Even when CM Punk was on there, it would still do a low number and everything like that. So use that as your NXT show. Use that for the people who like that. That could be the show you don't really focus on storylines all that much, unless it's just like something leading into a matchup that's being advertised for Dynamite or Collision, to like use for like the females especially, because man, NXT Halloween Havoc, bro.
It low key need to be a transitional show. For real, for real.
I think it needs to be like for their up and coming talent, especially their women. Their women talent is hurting right now, bro.
But when I say that, that's still a transitional show. Your main stories or your wrestling in ring is like you said, the talent needs help or need to be pushed up, but the side promos and cut scenes should be all transitional to Collision or your pay-per-view.
Look, the women, they just need more opportunity too, bro. Because we see it right now with Toni Storm. She's one of the hottest acts on the entire. She pulled the biggest ratings a few weeks ago on the entire show. So, if you give more women who could come into their own, but it's gonna need to be with time and experience. Toni has a ton of that coming in, which is why she has a leg up on most of the women that are in AEW currently. But like, if you could put the rest of the women and give them that opportunity on Rampage, even though it's not going to do the strongest numbers, you could start to have them find themselves, and you might get a few more breakout women, because that's what NXT is doing. If you look at this NXT Halloween Havoc, it was a good card. I know their ratings dropped, but man, in the long run, you're going to have a few females who are going to gain a lot from that experience again to perform on this card and get that time to cook. They had like over an hour of in-ring women wrestling on that 2-hour show.
And I don't know what if that's the problem with Toni is like, because, and I agree, you gotta say, I agree with that. Rampage should be more used for them, like display them and try out things with them, because you're acting now. I'm looking at Toni. You're scared to put them on television. You're scared to put them in the slot because you don't want your ratings to drop. You don't even low-key, you don't have confidence in your women division at all.
It sounds like just too obsessed with the ratings.
Yeah, that's
both in the Meltzer ratings and the TV ratings.
That's exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying, if you think about it, let's be real. The women over there, besides Toni right now, is the you could walk away, like, or that's what the feeling they give you. Nobody character other than Toni. Like, I really mean that. Other than Toni, and I
was liking Julia a little bit what she was doing.
Yeah, Willow. I even feel like y'all should be pushing Willow.
Willow Nightingale for sure. She's one. She's magnetic. Like, she's undeniable. Yeah.
Why she's not your top baby face by far?
She's by default. Bro, naturally.
That's not like she's baby face, but natural. I mean, baby face.
Naturally, bro.
Bailey, but naturally. It's not like she's trying to be Bailey. It's not like we don't feel like she's trying to act like Bailey. She's trying to mock the gimmick. Like, literally, the only reason why I said Bailey, because that's the type of gimmick close to that reminds me of everybody just want to hug you, but in the ring, we know you're a beast. But we just love you so much. Like, you literally a huggable ass superstar. That is how you get merch. That's how you get people to buy or dress up like you. For example, Orange Cassidy at first. You Willow Nightingale, you need to shoot her to the, just like Toni and Willow Nightingale. They don't even have to match up yet, but you need to shoot them to a star. So when you get to your biggest event, like all in or all out is all in. When you get to all in, Willow Nightingale Toni Storm should sound like a major match on that card.
Right. I'm with that for sure,
like
sure.
And then I hate to
compare. For sure. I like that one.
Other thing I have to compare it.
I agree to that.
That should be the feeling of Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. It legit should.
Right. Unless hold up. No. Unless if we get Mercedes Moné, then I'm sorry, Willow. Sorry, Willow. The boss. The greatest woman professional wrestler in the history. Let us not forget. Let us not forget.
First of all, you already got one WWE superstar. Build that natural. Willow is gonna feel like a natural AEW
TBS, her and Statlander. It's like the athlete and the woo.
Like Willow.
There you go, TBS.
Willow.
Yeah.
Willow.
Yo, we got to give NXT their flowers, and Tony, you do need to take some notes with the women, because look, you have the women not only opening the show, not only closing the show, world title matchup with a good story coming into it and whatnot, conclusive into it. Women hosting the show. 4 out of 6 of the matchups women on it, just eye candy galore. We had Gigi Dolan wrestling in a white attire. I'm going back to watch this matchup. Amazing attire for Gigi. You got Kalani Jordan. She's the Shimanaya. She makes me almost forget about Sasha, bro. That's how bad she is, bro. I found out that's who Carmelo Hayes is dating right now, man. So shout out to Carmelo, bro. You got a bad one because she is bad, bro. But they have a women's tournament. So we have 2 women tournament matchups, semifinal tournament matchups, a women Halloween special matchup, and a women world title matchup. That's how you book the women, dog.
That's a fact.
And they was fine women too. Tony, you need to get a recruit. Hold up. Let me like, I didn't even think of Kalani. Ariana Grace, both fine. Who else was up on there? I'm not even gonna do that. It was a good ratio. It was a good ratio. It was a lot of
Don't you dare do that.
booty butt.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Relax. Like, you gotta relax. Like, all y'all niggas in here, y'all got to relax. Like, I feel like everybody should just relax.
And look, we weren't even regulated to just the women in the women matchups. We had women managers and Elektra. We had women special GMs for the night in Shotzi and Scarlett.
Yep.
The women were even out during the men's tag team matchup for the Valet old girls. So I'm just like, yo, it was just eye candy the entire night, bro.
Don't forget about Jade Cargill pulling up.
And Jade, yo, see, HBK.
Pulling
HBK
up.
said, I just want to be surrounded by women over here. Tony Khan's locker rooms, the ratio is nasty. The backstage ratio in Tony Khan's locker room is nasty. It needs to be fixed.
Here we go.
It's 9 guys for every 1 woman up in the backstage up in the NXT and the AEW, man. You go into NXT, you be like, oh my god. Feel like you had an all-women college up in there. You're like, oh shit. They let me in? They let me in here?
Oh,
you sure I could go here? You should have said all-girls school, man. There's like a lot of girls in this motherfucker, man. The tag team matchup on there was good too. We had the title change hands on NXT. So the Chase U, that was pretty dope. And the other only matchup, which actually got like, I saw a poll that had, when I saw the poll, there was like over 25,000 people who like chose what they thought the best segment of the night was. And oddly enough, it was the debut of Lexus King, Brian Pillman's son. I thought his matchup was just, but a lot of people really liked it. Got a lot of hype, so salute to him for that.
I hate to say it though. I know he might not want to hear it, but the Lexus King gimmick still low key scream a little bit of Brian Pillman-esque.
I wonder if he's gonna eventually turn to take his old name or what they're gonna do, but sound a little scorned.
His whole gimmick, but it made it bad because his whole gimmick, like built up, was like, yo, he basically saying I'm gonna step out my father's shoes or whatever. But I understand the crown and stuff, but if you take away the cane and the crown and the chair, Loki is still like the beginning of WWF when he was starting to be the sadistic, a crazy Brian Pillman.
All I know is that whoever that nigga's stepdaddy is comes off as a supervillain now, because that nigga just come off like, look at me, I'm your daddy now.
There we go.
Look at me, I'm Brian Pillman now. You gonna call me King, little nigga? Like, you don't even know. He didn't even tell him his real name. Be like, yo, my name King, nigga. It's not gonna go by my daddy name. My dad growing up his name was King. He's like, what's your name? He's like, King, nigga.
All right.
That's not my real name. I'm King. I'm King around here.
Main event. Main event, just like we crown new women. Actually, no, they're not the main event. How about your girl in the breakout tournament?
You say what?
The women tournament. Kiara Jordan, right? That's her name.
She's going to the finals. She beat Ariana Grace and then Lola Vice, who has Electra Lopez in her corner. She defeated Carmen Petrovic, and then they squared off. And old girl does this weird ass like dance with her, like a little weird little shake with her little body or whatever. It looks real off putting with the whole face off, and she's just like, okay, like a little goofy to me. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, you got a challenger for us.
Never. No one will ever smoke the Kang. Hold on, guys.
Salute to you, HBK, man. Yes, we need more GG Dollins, man. If he leaves, it's about to get real. Oh man, I was about to get real ignorant with the Master Roshi shit. I was about to get it. I was like, oh, I can't get relaxed button. I was about to go wild with it. I was like, oh, this dude want to leave during the podcast. I'm about to go wild while the relax button is off the. He ain't by the relax button. Lyra Valkyra defeated Becky Lynch for the NXT title. Kind of could see that coming. That's Becky Lynch's little protege and whatnot. So her passing the torch to her homegirl, giving her that rub. It was a real good night for women wrestling. And we needed that. We really needed that this week because there was a lot of good wrestling on Collision. But the one thing missing was the good women wrestling for the most part. We got little, but we got a lot on NXT, so it kind of balanced. It gave us that balance, If y'all can't tell, I'm a big fan of women wrestling, bro. Like, the women been killing it, bro. It's so crazy.
Really? Are you really? I feel like I am. Are you really? Are you really?
Just because I
Are you? Are you really?
I could do. Hey, two things can be true at the same time. I used to hate that saying, but I just finally used it. It finally dawned on me like a time it's been used where it actually is applicable. Two things could be true at the same time. Yes,
here we go.
I can love women's wrestling while loving the women at the same time.
You can find merch coming soon. WE WRASSLIN merch. The hierarchy merch right here. Hierarchy. Join the hierarchy. Hierarchy. Go. That hierarchy.
Yo, real quick, because we almost at the 2 hour, and it'd be cool if we could wrap up around then. Just real quick, there ain't really much to say about Raw or SmackDown. Oddly enough, these are good shows, but there ain't really nothing to talk about other than everything was built up for Crown Jewel coming up. So speaking of which, before we get to Crown Jewel card, there was one thing that stood out. Dragon Lee versus Cedric Alexander.
Let's go, Cedric.
I'm gonna let you get your bars off on this one, bro. Because
my thing is, it's not. It's more of a question. Like it's more of a question, and we'll see what happens. Is Cedric literally doing the same thing that got him signed? Literally, he had a fire match with Coda. Oh, sign him! Triple H come out. We're gonna sign him. Really gave him a contract. He dies off. Catering guy, all of that. Now we hear fire match against somebody like Dragon Lee, and that's not slandering Dragon Lee. It's just main roster wise, you still end the people. I know you are, but you know how WWE work. He still end.
So Cedric, no, they firing niggas.
But for both of y'all to have the character though of an ant of nothing, and everybody is still talking about Cedric. Yo, we've been here before. And I feel like I'm going to give WWE credit. I feel like they are going to give him another chance. But my thing with Cedric, I hate to say it. My brother, I support you. But you in WWE. Respectfully, AEW. In WWE, you need a character. AEW, you can slightly get away with it. But WWE, you need, bro. I'm not saying want, you need. You're literally the same exact thing is going to happen to Cedric Alexander. Nothing.
You
Like,
need that in
no,
AEW too, though. You really need that in AEW too, though, to keep it. But because man, Roderick Strong always been a great wrestler. But what's making Roderick stand out right now? He's always been a great wrestler. Nothing's changed in that regard whatsoever. It's his entertainment now. It's his character work that's making like, oh, bruh, like, Roderick Strong is killing it right now.
all right, don't make me slander AEW. Relax. I'll give him credit. Yes, now you need a character, but let's not. A month ago, you would have been straight. I don't care what nobody said. Your in ring would have been fired. They would have put you over. I don't want to hear that. Now, I agree 100%. So I apologize. You need a character. Like, the end of the day, you're literally just a great, phenomenal in-ring performer. And I'm talking about, I'm even saying that selling. You don't miss a beat, bro. You are phenomenal, like not like AJ, but you're phenomenal up there in the ring. But what else? What story can you
Man,
sell?
Cedric was in their
I don't
Kota
wanna
Ibushi
hear,
at his
"Oh,
prime. It was going
I'm gonna
tit
win
for
the match."
tat, bro.
Literally, that's all you do is, "I'm gonna win." Okay, I expect you to win. Like, what do you talk, yo? What else, bro? What else? You have to get people invested. Characters matter in wrestling. Like, you have to get people invested.
There needs to be a
Anybody
balance though too, because
that
man, when everything is just character work, Tony got all the great wrestling. He's starting to get the character work, so he's really starting to have a way better show than WWE. Just
So,
these recent week or so, but
in my point,
you definitely need both because WWE has a good show, but everything was built. Sometimes it's like, all right, everything don't need to be built. Sometimes just give me
yeah,
a
but
really good ass
this,
match. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the only reason why I'm finding, you got to remember though, their Crown Jewels is one of the ones that comes like 3 weeks after a pay per view. We don't even get
Crown
that.
Jewels
That's
is even though to us it's not a big pay per view,
is a
for the
big
most
pay per
part, it's a
view.
major pay per view because it's the WrestleMania. Hey, it's the biggest money pay per view of the year for
That's
them.
what I'm saying to you. If this was like uh let's go a little. If this was a couple months ago, then I would agree with you, and I don't think every week would have been a buildup. I don't. But a
Right.
pay per view, the biggest, like you said, not to us, but for the viewers over there, their target crowd that they're going to be aiming for. We're still going to watch, but we're going to build that up, bro. Pay per view time. It's pay per view time. This is Survivor Series. Before the states get their biggest pay per view, they're going to get theirs. They're
No,
paying.
I'm not talking about from the aspect of like I'm talking from the aspect of payouts. Like while to us, like, oh, this ain't Survivor Series, this ain't Royal Rumble or Mania, SummerSlam. But payout wise, they're getting more for this show than they probably getting paid for even Mania. Them Saudi Arabians is paying big bank.
Exactly what I said. That's the big
Big
show
bank.
for them. Like kayfabe or not, bro. Because once again, that's my target audience. They're
Right.
paying, like I said. So TV wise, they're watching. Obviously, I'm sorry. This is pay per view time. So you're going to get.
Oh my god.
You're getting 2 weeks of a build up of a big pay per view. I'm sorry, fans. Y'all going to get We're going to get back in line when Survivor Series come. But right now, you're going to get these big buildups. You're going to get these dramas. Why? Because we're going over there and they're paying everybody. Not just the company. They're paying everybody a big bag. You hear me? So Saudi Arabia, Crown Jewel, you got to be excited. The booking has to switch up. You got to remember, this is still a business. They're paying bread over here. So when we get the Survivor Series, everything will be back in line. You'll get your matches, build up. Even though I think this is great, LA Knight in the main event, the card is fire. We're gonna talk about the card. We're gonna deep dive in the Crown Jewel prediction card. Look, the main event, I can't wait to speak on the main event. Can't wait to talk about how LA Knight really isn't a bad person to put in this position. Because Crown Jewel is paying so much bread. I want to say this to y'all. What if Roman lose? Like Crown Jewel is paying a lot of money. He can lose. If LA Knight go over there and the crowd is going bananas, how they used to go when Roman go over there, wow. They might call an audible. Just let it be known. An audible might get called. Because this is big. LA Knight, Roman,
Bruh,
different.
before we run down this crown jewel card, and it ties into the crown jewel. This is Tony Khan. When I say, all right, we just went down Rampage, Dynamite, Collision. 3 good shows. I'll give you that. We gave you your praise. My criticism on all 3, we need more women, right? So, 1 women matchup on each of those cards. On each of those. So, in 5 hours of television, 3 women matchups, right? Crown Jewel. Saudi Arabia. Women just got the right to drive over there a few years ago, bro. Women couldn't even drive themselves over there, bro. When the women first started doing the crown jewels over there a few years ago, they were like completely wrapped up. You remember that? Now they have to be full bodysuit, but at least they could be, you know what I'm saying? They could dress it up and be their character and everything. You know what I'm saying? We got more women matchups on a Saudi Arabia card than we have on.
Grab a collar.
If they had one more women matchup, we would have had the same amount of women matchups on one show on Saudi Arabia than the entire week for AEW. Tony, you got to
grab a collar.
Please just hire us, man, to just work out the little small things. You're doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like editors, like you're the main publisher and everything. You just pass the.
That's a nasty fact.
That's wild, bro. I didn't even think about that until I looked at the card. So looking at the card,
yo, they even got a multi-woman. Yo.
eye candy again. Check.
Bro.
And so, like I said too, if you're gonna only put one women matchup on the card, then there better be a bad one on that motherfucker.
Not even, man. Take that.
There better be at least one bad one on that motherfucker.
I can't even joke with that no more. Take that all away.
I'm not joking when I say that though. I'm not joking. I am dead.
I don't. If you just gave me, because I could Serena Deebs or match Tony Storm. Yo, it doesn't matter. Well, no, not Tony Storm. But if I'm just saying, no eye candy. The fact
there ain't much eye candy in the 5. That's the crazy thing. It's a 5, but there's Rhea's the eye candy.
No, I'm the type of good. I'm gonna take steps before you get there. The fact, you no eye candy, no eye candy. The fact that you're stacked of their good women wrestling or not, that's ridiculous. I'm starting there. I'm not even getting to what the women are, who they are. That's ridiculous. One night in Sadia, I'm getting more women matches than a week of AEW. He's talking about who's in the match. I didn't even get there. He's talking about who's in the match. No, I'm talking about the default and default money. Like, that is crazy. Saudi Arabia has a multi-woman match. AEW don't even have that. Respectfully, I'm not even to the people yet. He's talking about that matters, but right now it doesn't, because right there, default. And I'm talking about WWE 2K, the created character in the red and the created character, it doesn't matter. That is ridiculous. Saudi Arabia is having a multi. I didn't even get to the amount of matches. See, I'm sorry, I gotta stick with one thing.
Saudi Arabia with the 5 women. They let in 5 women.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. You
That's
talking
gonna
about
be a Guinness Book World
bro? That's
record.
crazy.
Saudi Arabia letting 5 women
That's
partake
what
in anything.
I can't even get to the eye candy part, bro. I can't get to the eye
They
candy
kept it
part.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, that's too
Why
much.
seen the history of women wrestlers in Saudi Arabia? That is crazy to me. I'm sorry, I can't even get to the eye candy
That's
because
wild.
Saudi Arabia is having 5 women compete in one match, and AEW oh my gosh. But anyway, continue. Saudi Arabia card.
Oh, man.
That's why I get so defensive for women wrestling because that is I wouldn't, and why this is the perfect time to be defensive of women wrestling because respectfully to the women, and I do mean respect.
Io Sky versus
Part of your,
Bianca
hold on, part of your revolution, it was hard. It was hard to even defend it because I'm gonna be real. The women y'all had wasn't like y'all wasn't putting on spectacular matches. Y'all wasn't. You really wasn't. Nothing wasn't, oh, this is gonna make me want to stay here. Like, no, but now I can literally defend for y'all. Like a lot of these women are way much better than these men. And that's a fact. I will watch a Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley match over
It's the
so
rematch from Backlash, but this time the roles are reversed. This challenger, they're gonna show out.
yeah, Gar, you can run down this car. That AEW and women that makes me. I can't even joke around with them. They just so like, bro.
Yo, are we
That
good?
bar you said there, bro. That bar you said. I have to. I don't even tweet, and I want to tweet about it. Tony, you respond to tweet. You gonna respond to this one? I'm going at you. Saudi Arabia is having 5 women compete in one match. Yo, go ahead. My fault, Dre. My fault. This man is
Let's see.
crazy, bro.
Nah,
Bro.
I'm saying Crown Jewel got a crazy lineup when I'm
And
looking at this card.
go down the card. Oh my God, Tony. You do women
It's
dirty.
just been all build up. They save everything. I think WWE saves everything, bro. Everything until the big event. And then at the big event, um, we still here?
Mine? I think I'm good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, man. Let's get close to wrap this one up. The Crown Jewel card. We got Seth Rollins taking on Drew McIntyre. Who do you got for that one?
Seth.
I got Drew McIntyre.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Sami Zayn's gonna be the one to take the title.
Wow.
Yep. Sami Zayn can't get the WWE title, so you building him up. Oh, you are a world champion, and I feel like to really make it feel that way, you give the Seth who had this long, strong reign instead of don't make Drew a transitional. No, please. So yeah, I got Seth winning, and Sami Zayn probably beat Seth Rollins down the line. That might even happen at Mania. The
Versus
Sammy.
KO for Mania.
No, it's not happening. Recollect that.
KO and Zayn at 40 is happening, bro.
No, it's not. I want
Yeah.
another bet for that. It's not. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, the whole Sami Zayn want to be world champion thing is gonna go so over.
The
No,
only thing that could stop that is KO and Sammy getting the titles back, but they're on different shows at this point, so I don't see that happening, and taking on DIY.
oh, that's
That would be
none of
dope, but I don't see that
more
happening.
easy booking. All of that was all of that. Unless they fight each other at Survivor Series, unless something happened at Survivor Series, they are not fighting at Mania. They're not gonna start a Mania rivalry with them at Royal Rumble. So I'm telling you.
If Kevin Owens gets put on Jimmy Uso's team,
Why would
then
he
the
do that?
build, because it's Team SmackDown versus Team Raw, and
Why
they
would
already got the captains, Jimmy and Jay. So if they aren't put in a position where it's like, yo, this is for the brand, we need y'all to work together, and then Kevin Owens, instead of last year, remember how last year Sami Zayn helped the Bloodline win over KO? If this time KO has to help Jimmy win over
that's fire story.
that would be crazy, and it will build up to both those matchups for Mania, because you know we're gonna get Jimmy and Jay. Hopefully they could drag it out to Mania.
Well, we'll find out by Survivor Series. I said if they meet each other at Survivor Series, it'll happen. But if not, if it don't happen by Survivor Series, it's not gonna happen. And I'm marking it in Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins. And that's a big matchup because you gotta think in Mania, Sami Zayn got a chant for his entrance, just doing his song, and Seth Rollins. I can see back and forth fans going back and forth for each other's song. That's a Mania match. That build up is fire. But I would never argue Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on the big stage. So I win-win for me. Win.
I could see Seth Rollins dropping to Drew McIntyre just to get it back like a month or two later at like Royal Rumble or something. That'll keep Drew McIntyre out of the Royal Rumble matchup itself, but give him something like a prominent matchup. You know what I'm saying?
But
And it'll have Seth Rollins the same.
Drew's not too good for the Rumble.
I don't want Drew just be another guy tossed out the Rumble. I'd rather you throw him in a main
a
event
bottom-
matchup. Have him lose though. So let him at least win now. Get the title now. Seth's been beat up and whatnot. Let him have a month or so with it.
Title. This is a new title. We're not doing that back and forth thing.
He's the only one who's held it. He's had that title for a moment now.
Still bringing it right back to somebody else a whole month later. Like, come on.
Okay, all right, I got you on that. I agree with that. I could agree with that. I'm just getting a little tired of Seth with the title, honestly.
Drew's gonna win. It's not the back and forth thing. I highly doubt. Highly.
Or maybe Drew beats Seth and nah, I don't know.
That's what I
don't
said.
know how that one's gonna go. Yeah.
That title.
We got Rhea Ripley taking on Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark. A lot of women in this matchup, but not a lot of eye candy. You know what I'm saying? But
anyway,
the
Rhea Ripley.
The ratio of eye candy to women in this matchup, very off-putting.
Back to the question: are you a women wrestling?
My nigga dog though, yeah, he picked the only eye candy to win the matchup. My nigga dog.
Shayna Baszler is my favorite person in this match, but I know she's not going to win. Has nothing to do with eye candy. I'm a fan of women wrestling. I would want Shayna Baszler to win. I 100% would, but Rhea Ripley's definitely going to win. She's on top, bro. She's money. She's their Tony Storm, but they're using her right. Like, she is money, and she's not doing much. And I ain't gonna lie, I partly have to give you credit. Like, not, and you know, I'm not like
Dolan needs to be booked more.
Here we go. This we're talking about Crown Jewel, bro. You're talking about Crown Jewel, yo. You have to be better than this. You have to be better than this. Yo, what is the next match, yo? I got
all I said was a wrestler needs to be booked more.
No,
relax.
Nothing to do with this, and out of all people you think.
I got Rhea too.
You are all right. So what's the next?
I got Rhea.
Yeah, what's the next one?
Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul.
I low key want Logan.
Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul.
I low key want Logan to win.
Nah.
I want
Rey Mysterio to win. Even I know Logan's gonna win. But I want Rey Mysterio to win. because I want Santos Escobar to turn on him and
I think
be
he
the one
is,
to take
and
the title off Rey Mysterio.
well, I said I want Logan Paul. I got Rey Mysterio winning.
I don't want him to turn on him after he loses the title to someone else. I want him to be the one to turn on him and take the title.
No, I got that happening, and that's why I said I want Logan Paul to win. Rey Mysterio is winning this. First of all, Saudi Arabia is one of the ones where we kind of
You think
feed what
so?
the crowd wants. Yes, Saudi Arabia is their only event that they low key feed what the crowd wants. We can look in history, boy. They feed what the Saudi
I
crowd
don't think
wants.
in this
And
case.
the Saudi crowd loves Rey Mysterio. You are wilding. I would that is this one, and
Logan Paul just did a huge pay-per-view number, and so because of that, I think they're gonna fuck around and give him the belt. Real shit. Thinking, oh, he's doing ratings,
Saudi Arabia,
so
bro. Once again, we talked about the arena and the place. Saudi Arabia loves Rey Mysterio. I am not, and this is coming from somebody who's not a big fan of Rey. You almost got me wanting to do a
you don't
different
get
type
to
of.
go home happy. You don't get to go home happy on this one, bro. Logan Paul is definitely taking it.
Hey, I'm telling you, the turn is going to happen at Crown Jewel. Watch.
It's
That's
gonna be
my
after the match after he loses, unfortunately.
no. Rey Mysterio is going to win, and Escobar is going to have enough, bro. When is my turn?
We got Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest.
Cody.
Yeah. I mean, Cody, you gotta protect Cody. You're walking on eggshells with Cody because, man, like, if he's the destination for Mania, you got to do everything to. And salute to Cody because with a lot of people like really like their stock rising from LA Knight, Jay Uso, and whatnot, he managed to weather that storm and still stay right there in that mix. And to get his number one merchandise back and all that, you
That's what I'm
know,
talking.
since it's just like, all right, he know how to weather the storm, so y'all need to tread carefully. You got to book him strong. There's only a few months until Mania at this point, so
That's his
off
opinion.
Roman, you got to book
To
him just as
me,
strong as you book Roman.
mine's is no, you don't. Yo, I like for real. Like sometimes, and I'm somebody that like to stick of the wrestling mindset, but I'm sorry, respectfully, and this is all respect to Cody, bro. You can lose, and it's not gonna drop your stock. It's not gonna make you look weak. Nobody's not gonna say, "Oh, he doesn't belong here." But like
It'll drop your
wrestling,
stock as a viable contender to beating Roman Reigns. I just seen you lose to this guy. Roman Reigns ain't losing to nobody. So for you to be a person to challenge him, you can't be up over here losing into people who don't got a shot or who have already lost. Like,
he already lost to Brock clean. What do you mean? You've been losing his stock
Brock's
still?
different. Brock's the only one, and he won the whole rivalry, so it's solidified him. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of took a hurt in that program. During that program, he kind of cooled down a little bit while other people was heating up. Even though he was the one who came out the victor.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm never gonna agree with him on that. Cody Rhodes stock legit to me did not drop. LA Knight to me his stock just rise and legit. Give me that. Like, what are you talking? Like, what are you talking
cool for a minute. I feel like it's cool for a minute.
See what
I feel
you
like
doing?
cool for a minute. I feel like it's cool for a minute. We can agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree, man. I think he cooled for a little bit. He cooled until that press conference where they won the tag titles and they showed up drunk. That's what got him hot again, bro. That's what got his street cred back. That's what got his street cred back. That's what got him popping again.
I'm sorry. I will stand on business. Shout out to Loso. Business is business. I stand on it. That man Cody Rhodes stock never moved. His meter is strong. You heard me? What is you talking about? Yeah, what is you talking about? Home got smoked and people still was like, "You got it, Cody."
I'm not even about to go there, bro. All right, you got that one. You got that one. We got John Cena versus Solo Sequoia.
Yo, I'm actually excited for this match. That's crazy.
Now, this is where the fans do get what they want. This is where we get John Cena gets a W. Been a minute since he got a clean W too. He'd be taking a lot of L's, but 1-on-1, he just recently got a victory in a tag team, and there was a crazy stat like it was years since John Cena actually won a match. So it's just like, yeah, so single competition is gonna be the same thing. So I think they're gonna do it at Saudi Arabia, especially with him talking this like whole retirement thing coming up. Like, I could see 40 probably being John Cena's last matchup. Real shit.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. It's a good spot.
And on a solid number, those zeros, you know.
Yeah,
and then we got the main event. We got Roman Reigns versus LA Knight.
I did throw it out there. When John Cena retired, know how WWE do? Yo, their story package is gonna be so fire. It's like
crazy, yeah.
But anyway, all right, main event.
Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. They've been booking LA Knight so strong coming into this shit, dog. And you know the classic, like the person who's winning most of the time going into the pay-per-views typically the one to lose. Like, and we all know with Roman, like that's pretty much going to be the case to begin with. But LA Knight's just been presented super strong the entire time going into this matchup. At some point, Roman Reigns needs to get the upper hand because he been getting like hit with. He been getting work week after week now. I think your audio went off, bro. Can't hear you. I think Frost's audio is messing up. I think it's about time we wrap up. Anyway, we done covered everything from AEW, NXT, WWE, Crown Jewel. Appreciate everybody for coming out. My boy still got the audio issues. Well, look, y'all know where to find me at, bro. The whole effing show. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Kick as well. Frost, tell them where to find you, bro. We've been on here so long the audio stopped working. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not hearing no audio, bro. I'm not hearing no audio.
Mics up. Turn our mother loving mics up.
Slim, what's up, Dre? How you doing? Yeah, I'll mute your mic.
Hunger Games up in my head. Gotta get the dough, babies need.
You gotta go and sit.
Virgil. All right.
Nah, you ain't doing me like that. You ain't doing me.
For my black queen, Sasha.
And Goldust. All right.
Yo, you are foul, bro. You were
Jeff Hardy at number 5.
Number 5.
Goldust. All right, Goldust. All right, Ty. All right. Eddie Guerrero's going in Wrestling God. Yeah, just gonna have to be mad. That's just gonna have to be mad. That's just how it works. No, you whoa.
Keep the job. I ain't giving donkeys today. That's the seed of God plotting on my.
Whatever. I'm giving you a horn swallow. You get a goddamn spirit squad. You're nasty, filthy top 5.
Peers, who as it appears, ain't on my tier. Being hated by cats who ain't make it, that ain't my fault.
My favorite what? What is your favorite finish move? Favorite? It doesn't matter what your favorite finish move is.